Good afternoon, everybody. If you've been watching my videos lately, you've been noticing that I've been building quite a few passenger and express cars. With Cato's release of the new Olympian Hiawassee in the UP colors, I thought I'd do another train to complement it with some of the equipment that I could use from both trains. So, this is going to be a video about my in-progress Pioneer Limited that ran from Chicago to St. Paul and Minneapolis. This is the train we're going to talk about, and we're going to talk about some reference material and how I built some of the cars and how I'm going to be building some more of the cars that aren't quite finished yet. So, first thing is these books, if you can see that. These are a great resource. So, there's 4 volumes to this. I hope the glare isn't too bad. I can't really see it, but anyways, there's consist lists in here of various trains that ran on the system, and so there's quite a few different concepts for the Pioneer Limited. So I thought with the cars that I have, I could do a reasonable representation of this consist. So this was in June 28th and 29th of 1959, northbound from Chicago to St. Paul, Minneapolis. It had an ABA set of FP7s, well, F7B. And then I think it's however many cars we're going to go over here. Now, some of the cars that are going to be in the model right now are stand-ins, or they're just not for cars that aren't built yet, or some of the car numbers are slightly different. So, anyways, let's get over to the model and we'll walk through the train based on this consist. So with the consist that we're talking about, we had an ABA set of FP7As and an F7B. These are the recent release of the Cato units that I took to the paint booth and weathered up. Made them really nice and dirty, because most of the photos that you see, at least in the in the 60s and 70s, they were this dirty. Maybe in 1959 this is a little much weathering job, but I still think they look pretty good. So these have Digitrax DCC non-sound chips in them, and I put gold medal models, windshield wipers on them, and I extended that green anti-glare up to the windows like it's supposed to be. In between the units are Unimate couplers. So, okay, let's walk through the train here now. This is an express car. If you want to rewind back to the beginning of the video and see what the actual consist was supposed to be, this is what it is. So this is an express car. This is a Skytop model shell by my friend Bill Denton, out of production. All the cars that I've built have Model Flex paint. Most of them are on American Limited core kits with American Limited trucks with Cato low profile wheel sets and gold medal model detail parts. So that's the express car. Next we had a storage mail car. This started out life as a Microtrains express 70-foot express car that I chopped a sleeper roof up and put it on the car and cut out the doors and such and swapped out the trucks. But this is pretty close to prototype. This car was built from a sleeper and rebuilt into this express car, storage mail car. This is a Railsmith car that he released a couple of years ago or so. Good representation. Again, it doesn't have any windows in the doors because the storage mail cars usually didn't. Less likely to get broken into, I guess. This express box car is a Microtrains model that I weathered. Same with this is a Microtrains express reefer. Factory paint that I just weathered. This is a mail express car with the forward end is the RPO, the rear end is the baggage express compartment. Another express car. I'm sorry, this RPO, this was a 3D printed shell that I got off of eBay. This is another Skytop model out of production express car. This is another Skytop model out of production express car. This one's slightly different than the first one you saw because it's got the conductor's window in it up here. Those were plated over later, but at this time period you could still find them like this. Then the consist lists a short-haul passenger coach. It's a one-of-a-kind car that there's no available models of, so I have a Fox Valley bunk dormitory coach standing in for that short-haul coach. So this is pretty much stock, other than I painted the trucks and weathered them. Then we have 3 coaches. These are all Kato coaches from the Olympian Hiawatha set. This one was repainted and renumbered, and it's got the correct red stripe along the top. These 2 are stock from the Kato set. Notice they're missing the red stripe at the top. I guess after further research, there were a few of these coaches that didn't have that red stripe, and that must have been what Kato used for their prototype. There were very few and far between, but if they found a photo, they used it, and that must have been what they based this off of. So, next, instead of a full diner, they had a diner lounge in this train, and beginning in the spring of 1959, they went from using tip-top tap cars to these refurbished Grove Series diner lounges. These are brass car sides mounted on an American Limited core kit with gold medal model detail parts, and I put an antenna on the top and everything. This car isn't quite done. If you'll notice, there's no window glazing in it yet, and there's no car name or car numbers up on the far ends of the letterboard. I'm waiting on decals for this that are being made for me by Circus City Decals, so as soon as they arrive, I'll get those on the car. This is a duplex sleeper. Not the River Series. Milwaukee owned 4 of these cars: the Raymond, the Rodney, the Wisconsin Dells, and the New Lisbon. This is an old Des Plaines Hobbies kit, and this is not quite prototypical. I have the sides for the correct one, which I'll show you in just a second. So if you notice with this car, the windows don't look Milwaukee-ish. They're not ovals. This side is the correct car, and I have our Union Station product styrene laser cut sides. I have 2 sets of these that I'm going to build. I haven't decided what car names I'm going to put on them yet, but they're going to well, I'll probably still keep this one because I put quite a bit of work into it. But if you look at the right-hand side of the car, you'll notice the windows are different. But other than that, it's the same floor plan in the inside. It's just the windows are different on the outside. So that's what that car is going to be. And then in the consist, there were 4 River Series sleepers. Now, the Milwaukee owned 2 different types of River Series sleepers. They owned more of these. They had 4 or 5 or 6 of them, I can't remember, with the duplex windows in the middle. And then they owned 2 of these that they got later. You'll notice the duplex windows roomettes are in the rear. That is correct, and so is the fact that this doesn't have any of the round windows on them. These were, again, bought after the fact, and they were more standard Pullman. They were more standard looking, direct from Pullman standard, without the extra stuff on them. So there should be 4 of these River Series cars in the train, or at least in this consist. I only have 3 right now. These 2 are from Lowell Smith, Railsmith. And they are the right car names on those later 2 that they got from Pullman Standard. This car I just finished this morning. This is Union Station product sides on American Limited Core kit. I have 4 more sets of sides to build this car, but I'm out of American Limited Core kits. I have a buddy of mine who's working on getting me some. So, anyways, and to stand in for the fourth sleeper here, we just substituted one of the Lake 10-6 sleepers from the Olympian Hiawatha set today, because they would do that every once in a while. That's not what's on the consist. There'll be another River Series sleeper in here when I get the train done. But so that's the train. Had to been something to see. It's pretty long. Wish I would have been around when they had trains like this, but that was before my time. So, anyways, that's a complete consist, or at least it's close enough to that consist list that I showed you out of the book that it's reasonably prototypical. So, I think I'll put the camera on the tripod here and we'll run this around the layout. My home layout is Portage, Wisconsin to La Crosse, Wisconsin, and it's heading northbound, and that's the way that it's listed in the consist in the book. So we'll take her out here in just a second. Be back with you in a minute. So here's the northbound Pioneer Limited departing Portage after its station stop. It only stops one more time. It's going to go through on my layout Mauston, New Lisbon, Camp Douglas, and Fort McCoy, and it will make a station stop at New Lisbon. So we're highballing and away we go. So I'll try to keep this speed under 90 here as we go around the layout. Actually, I probably tend to run my trains pretty slow, but that's more prototypical anyways. So, and with these, I turned the back EMF off on these decoders, and I seem to have more motor control with them that way. So I spent a lot of time working on the running qualities of these cars, and they run really nice, so I haven't had any problems. This is Atlas Code 55 track, by the way. This is Mauston, Wisconsin. Again, the train doesn't make a stop here. If you notice, there's car cards and waybills on the side of the layout. My home layout here is set up for operations, so haven't done one in a while, but it's set up for that, and it's fun. It keeps 3 or 4 operators busy for about 3 hours. So. Again, this is Atlas Code 55 tracks. It's powered by Digitrax. Each main is on a separate booster. Next time the train's going to come to on my layout will be New Lisbon, and we'll make a station stop there. So we're at the station here in New Lisbon looking southbound, so the train will be coming from the right side of your picture here, and it's going to make a brief station stop here to pick up passengers from the Valley line coming down from Wausau. It's kind of hard to see it, but anyways, it's going to stop here at the station with the coaches in front of the station. And then I'll get a better shot of it when it's coming ahead. So we'll get a little better picture of the train here for you now without so much stuff on the way. So we're ready to depart New Lisbon. We're continuing heading northbound. Our next town we're going to pass through on my layout is Camp Douglas. So if you notice, sitting in the station here on the southbound, well, eastbound track is the Morning Hiawatha. And then on the siding to your right, which is out of the picture right now, is the one of the mail trains. moving through Camp Douglas, Wisconsin. This Diamonds that it's crossing over is the Chicago Northwestern main line between Adams and Elroy, Wisconsin. Our next town is Fort McCoy. Again, there's a line in the back there. That's Chicago Northwestern main line. Both Milwaukee and Chicago Northwestern serve the Army base at Fort McCoy, and that's what that Y is you see in the background there. And finally, we're going to enter La Crosse here staging. So, hope you enjoyed my little preview of my in-progress Pioneer Limited. So, as I keep working on the train, I'll post some more videos, and hopefully you'll enjoy what you're seeing. So, with that, I hope you have a pleasant rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.